What to do during heroic week so you don't fall behind in items and you don't end up being a pleb and wasting your time. Hey guys, Petko here. Now a lot of people have been asking me this today. Hey Petko, what are the things to do this week? What to focus on? Yada yada yada. So I decided to jump on a video, talk about 5-10 minutes so you guys not gonna get confused what to do. Alright, first thing first, log into the game. And the first thing you want to do is make sure to spend your veteran crest. Now veteran crests are useless at this point. The only way that you can actually utilize them efficiently this week is if you are crafting a weapon or embellishment, for example. You're gonna have obviously two-handed weapon or one-hander, doesn't really matter what you wanna craft. And if you have two-hander, you have one spare embellishment, you can just craft a blue item with veteran crest on, let's say, bracer, boots, or belt without using a spark, okay? So that is the only useful thing you can use the veteran crest on. And if you have anything else, you should definitely send them on them because they are gonna become obsolete by the end of this week, okay? You can also convert your adventurer crest to a veteran crest from this bad boy. If you go to the dragon here, you click, you're gonna have this shit. You can convert all of your adventurer to veteran easier instead of grinding. That's perfectly fine. All right, next thing, coffer keys. Now, a lot of people are gonna be, thinking about, hey Petko, why do I need coffer keys? You need coffer keys to do bountiful delves. Why do I need to do bountiful delves? Because bountiful delves, let me show you here, Bombo Cloud, look what happens here. If you have bountiful delves and you do them above the 8, you're gonna get 250 baseline eye level from those delves at the end of the run. That's gonna be, by the way, RNG. You're gonna get a weekly vault and 259 eye level if you have a map. How do I have a map, Petko? I don't know anything. Well, I'm gonna show you right now. Very easy. There are two ways to get a map. First, spam delves to Oblivion and get it randomly, or be a Giga Chat. Okay, be a Giga Chat. You should do praise. Now, there should be the first 4 heroic or hard mode praise are gonna give you reputation with the praise system. You're gonna get renown number 4. Once you get renown number 4, you're gonna unlock this quest called a nightmare task. Okay, if you complete a nightmare task, you're gonna get a quest code, or sorry, not a quest, you're gonna get an item called Beacon of Hope. You use that Beacon of Hope. Once you see the stone before the last boss, you know that the respawn stone that you see in the elves, use that there. You're gonna spawn a boss. You can try to kill it if you can, or survive, or just fuck around with it. Once the boss disappears, you're gonna leave something on the ground, you loot it, that's it. You're gonna get a map. That map, you click it, you kill that boss, you get 259 items. Usually you only have 1 map per week. And why am I saying you should be doing delves? The first thing is because delves are gonna give you cap on your bountiful keys. Okay? Oh, sorry, cap on the coffer shard keys. You don't have to do world quests like a pleb. You don't have to do any activities like an idiot. Oh, you will be capping your coffer shard keys from pretty much praise. So praise are gonna give you items, coffer key cap. They're also gonna give you the beacon of hope, so you can do your big so you can do your bountiful map. That's pretty much it. Now, if you still haven't capped by this point, you can continue to spam pray, random pray, or you can actually go out and just do some world quest or weekly activities. Now, keep in mind that every single weekly activity will give you coffer shard keys, but there's a cap, 600 per week. That's about it. Okay, that's kind of the most important thing to do. Mythic Zeros, they are going to be becoming a daily reset. Mythic Zeros are going to give item level of 246. Now only the C0 Mythic Zeros are available. So therefore, Seat of Triumvirate, Pit of Sauron, Academy, and Skyreach will be getting back into the rotation. If there's any item inside that you can farm, go and do it. Preferably items that you haven't looted yet from raid, trinkets, rings, etc. These items are mostly obsolete. You only do M0s if you actually need some kind of a beast trinket, or you've done normal raiding, you've done LFR raiding, and you've done some heroic raiding, and there's nothing that has dropped for you. And in that case, sure, be my guest, you go ahead and do them. Okay? But I wouldn't sweat too much on them. Speaking about raids, yes, normal, LFR, and heroic raiding are unlocked. Every character can do them once per week. Preferably, if you have done the campaign, if you've done this campaign 1 out of 6, not 0 out of 6, there should be a quest to finish the whole instance in a raid, which rewards pretty minor stuff. As far as I remember, nothing important was awarded to me. Make sure to do your weekly activity. Weekly activity is right here. The weekly quest that should give you the 4th spark. Now, if you don't have 3 sparks before you complete this quest, that means you fucked up somewhere. You fucked up somewhere, and likely the reason why you fucked up somewhere is because you didn't do the world tour. World tour should be done day 1 if you have watched my videos. How can you do world tour if you have campaign 17 out of 17? The guy in the middle is gonna give it to you. If you don't have it, you fucked up. Get back to my videos, check out how to unlock it. It should be pretty easy. Those are the most important things that you can do. Now, there are several min-max things you can do, but that's only if you're sweaty. If you are not sweaty, skip this section. If you are sweaty and actually a nerd like me, pay attention now. Well, now a lot of people are just going to be farming Delves number 8. Now, 8 is the max level you can actually get. You don't need more than 8. However, if you unlock tier 11, next week, if you complete next week tier 11 Delve, you'll be getting yourself quest called Crack Keystone. Now, Larry is here, as always, one of the goats here preparing us a nice spreadsheet. Larry has also confirmed, just like I was thinking as well, that you will be getting those Crack Keystone quests, which if you remember last season, in season 3, it was the same thing, and you were able to get extra crests that did not count towards the weekly cap. I repeat again. Next week, if you complete tier 11 Delve, you get a quest called Keystone or Crack Keystone, which rewards you Mythic Crest, which does not count towards the weekly cap. Okay? That's very important to know. Secondly, if you have done tier 11 Delve, you're going to be unlocking the hard mode. Actually, I'm not sure if you need to do tier 11 Delve to unlock the Nightmare or like the boss difficulty, whatever. If you actually have done it, I've done the first part of this, the first Nemesis boss that I did. It gives you 30 uncapped hero crest. I think my shaman has 150 hero crest this week, even though only 100 was allowed. And I'm gonna do the second part tomorrow, where if I actually kill the second Nightmare boss, I'll get 30 Mythic crest. Even this week, 30 Mythic crest. Now, do keep in mind that these go beyond the cap. So if you already capped, this goes beyond the cap, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. Okay, pretty cool. Now, there are several small things you can do here and there to obviously increase the faster acquisition of crests. There's the quest inside your house chore. I'm gonna show you right now real quick. If you open your house, I don't even know how to open my house, but if you go to your house, I did it today on my shaman. I can't even open my house, dude. Yeah, but if you open your house, I don't even know where to open the house. Whatever, fuck it. You get to have an icon to click to teleport you to the housing area. When you teleport to the housing area, I believe the teleport's also in Stormwind. There's a intro quest where if you accept it, I think it's somewhere from here as well. If you do accept that quest, it's gonna get you to buy some kind of a random decor item. Once you buy that random decor item, it's gonna give you to choose crests of which one you want to cap. Now, do keep in mind that those aren't counting towards the cap, so it doesn't really matter. But if you are too lazy to collect crests, that's gonna be very easy to get like 30 crests, I believe it was giving before, give or take. So that's pretty much it. You're gonna be getting 400 champion crest to cap. Now, my shaman is already almost fully capped. You do get champion crest from Delves. You do get champion down crest from Mythic 0. You do get these ones from normal rating as well. So for the most part, you'll be able to cap this effortlessly in the course of like a week. So you shouldn't sweat too much about, hey, I'm going to be capping this and that. I think those are all of my tips for this week. I don't think there is anything else. I personally would advise you one thing. You should definitely try to aim and spend your champion crest, at least for the most part, because next week, once you farm Mythic Plus, I think from like +8 and above, +9 and above, you should already see the hero track item dropping, I believe. Let me just double check. If you do, yeah, if you do Mythic 0 plus 6, they should already be spawning 259 item hero track, which again, everybody is going to be able to complete M6 if you actually have some kind of a decent eye level. And if you do have exceptional item level, I'm talking about like 215 above this, or even more than 250, I think M plus 10 should be fairly fine. I think by the end of this week, if you actually spend most of your crests, you should be somewhere at like 255, maybe even higher than that. So don't worry about hoarding those champion track crest. I would personally use it as much as I can, at least for the most part. That's everything so far, guys. I hope it was useful. The raid was actually pretty easy. I managed to score some good scores here and there, even though we were full puck, and me and my friends gathered some folks from the AFG, and it went pretty smooth. I think this time around the raiding is actually much easier compared to last season. We didn't try last boss in Heroic because we didn't have time, but we're gonna try tomorrow and see how it's gonna go. If anybody has queued, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys around tomorrow morning. Bye for now.